and welcome to Frank's School. I'd like you to watch the second half of Fit to Rule, James Burke's eighth episode in the Day the Universe Changed, 132nd day. This is all about Darwin. I boxed his name, Charles Darwin. His is the big name. Well, they're all big, but his theory of evolution. And you know, I do want to comment that it still is not universally accepted. There was a science teacher, while I taught in a public school, there was a science teacher, mind you, who did not believe that it was right. He had something on his wall that said, I think it said, evolution is science fiction. It hung on his wall. Now, he didn't teach that because he could have gotten in trouble if he actually taught that Darwin was wrong and that geological time was wrong, too. I mean, so it's not a done deal, but that was kind of amazing to my mind. Anyway, he's going to mention Wallace, Malthus, Darwin's book, The Origin of the Species. He'll be in Malaysia. Then he'll be in England, where they're breeding pigeons. They're judging breeds of pigeons. And that's one of the things that Darwin figured out, that all those pigeons had come from a rock pigeon, I think, a common ordinary pigeon. And he mentions the need for varieties in order for life to not all go extinct. I use that thought actually in the Decentralist Manifesto, which is, in a way, it's at the moment, it's like a companion series to this. I mean, not nearly so beautiful and interesting, but I'll go over and continue to read it. Varieties are needed. Anyway, he'll be in southern Germany, and the place in southern Germany is Mush von Stein. Spectacular footage at the end of the section on Mush von Stein. That castle of, he's nicknamed Crazy King Ludwig II. I would like you to notice that when he goes into that room, out of the grotto and into the room, this is the kind of thing I see all the time when I look at what's in the background. There's a freestanding fireplace there, very ornate, very pretty, but it's freestanding. The chimney is not right above it. The chimney's back in the wall. Well, that's what I did down in the barn, in the fireplace that I've been building. I mean, me in my very simple, cheap, easy way. I mean, that's extremely ornate. The last time I was at Mush von Stein, I studied it a little closer than I had before, things like the kitchen. Well, anyway, and it's a memory for me. I had time, and so I climbed the mountain, or the mountainside that you see in the background above that cliff, just because I had the time, and I had been in the castle. And now he says the favorite color, white. That's kind of like a little bit of a joke. You look at that, and what's white is naked women in that painting. The Wagner, you're going to hear music of Wagner, and the men's chorus is singing the Pilgrim's March. The opera is, I think it's the Meistersinger from, Anyway, and they're singing in the room that King Ludwig built for his entertainment. That was basically his concert hall in Mush von Stein. But then notice the shift to the starkness of Nuremberg, where Hitler gave his speeches. But that works nicely as a transition, because the three results then that he picks out of Darwin's theory, three groups of people that in a sense abused it. One was Haeckel and his idea of fascism. Well, he'll explain it. And then Sumner, I think it's Charles Sumner, I'm not sure, Sumner. And, this was a German. Here's an American who believed that capitalism, Darwin's survival of the fittest, that justified capitalism and free enterprise. And then Lenin, a student really of Marx, a German, Lenin was Russian, his socialism, extreme. And all three used Darwin's work to justify their ideas. Interesting. And then at the end, he goes back up to northern Lapland, where he'd started. And I would like to point out that this was in 1985, and it was before the Cold War had ended. And so the world was still completely divided. It's a little long. Boy, there's so much to see. So as ever, I say enjoy, and I will be back today with the second video, but I'll be reading my work. Bye for now.